In order to answer this question, one needs to understand the dynamics of the pharmaceutical supply chain. Our members are European manufacturers of APIs, excipients and intermediates, but they operate and they source their raw materials on a global scale. Another important point to take into consideration is the complexity of the API synthesis. The number of substances used to synthesize one API can get up to 50 or 60, and on average, even the simplest of molecules needs 4 to 6 steps, with some of the more complex APIs needing up to 30 steps. So this means that sourcing so many substances from all around the globe becomes a very, very complex task, especially during a pandemic, as we were faced with transport restrictions, we were faced with export bans and temporary close down of approved suppliers. Having said this, throughout the COVID-19 crisis, our members continued to produce and even ramped up their production where necessary. In order to ensure the steady supply of APIs to the pharmaceutical manufacturers, they have put in place several measures, such as increasing inventories of critical raw materials and critical intermediates to anticipate any further increase in demand, postponing maintenance activities in order to maximize the production capacity in the short term, and postpone the production of some non-critical APIs so that they can free up capacity for more critical important productions. Manufacturers of APIs and intermediates play a central role in the pharmaceutical industry as they produce the essential building blocks without which most of the pharmaceuticals cannot be produced. Any obstacle or delay in the production at this stage of the value chain will have a snowball effect on the rest of the chain. EFCG is launching a comprehensive survey of the supply chain in Europe in order to quantify and understand the degree of dependence on Asian suppliers, but also to map out all existing production facilities and their potential for process innovation. It is our duty to ensure that our industry fulfills the highest standards for quality and environmental excellence. The pharmaceutical roadmap, which we are told will be finalized towards the end of this year, should be the opportunity for Europe to establish its global competitiveness and stimulate excellence and innovation at all levels. This crisis has shown that putting all your eggs in the same basket and relying solely on imports from one region of the globe can have dramatic consequences for the industry and the healthcare system. It is therefore crucial that Europe decreases its dependence on other geographies for its supplies of essential and critical medicines and strengthens the pharmaceutical supply chain in Europe. This can be an excellent opportunity to impose, as the global benchmark, our European standards for product and environmental quality. There will always be somewhere in the globe where unscrupulous entrepreneurs will take advantage of laxer social and environmental regulations to produce at lower costs to the detriment of local workers and European patients. This is an unsustainable system, but industry cannot solve this problem on its own, and the current system should be critically reviewed at the level of the European and member state authorities to include criteria such as the respect of quality, environmental and social standards in the choice of suppliers. Any technology that we will invest in should be innovative, more efficient than older technologies used in other parts of the world, and should also help us reach the ambitious goals set in the European Green Deal and the EU pharmaceutical strategy. We are very fortunate that we have a highly skilled and motivated workforce in our industry. For Europe to maintain its competitive edge, innovation and manufacturing excellence are essential, as is increasing our appeal as employers to attract the best talent available.